Well, hey, welcome back to Lakeway Daily, your daily time of encouragement and focus. Y'all look a little weird. Hold on one sec. That's better. Hey, it is April Fool's Day, and I was doing some research on what April Fool's Day is. I was using a very reputable site that I do all my sermon research for. It's called Wikipedia. Wikipedia gave a bunch of different origin stories behind April Fools, but I was particularly interested in one of the customs in the United Kingdom. What happens is you don't want to become the April Fool. So on April 1st, you do everything in your power to avoid getting pranked, to avoid getting fooled, and if you are fooled, then you become the April Fool and there's a bunch of shame brought upon you. Today, I want to encourage you to be an April Fool. Here's what I mean. In 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 18, Paul says this, "For the word of the cross is folly," your translation may say foolishness, "to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God." So it's that word of the cross, what Jesus did for us, that some people look at it and say that's foolish, but those of us who are being saved, we know it's the power of God. Every time I read that passage, I'm reminded of a story from Methodism. So John Wesley, the founder of Methodism, actually came over to the New World, to the colony of Georgia, on a mission trip. It was a failed mission. There's really interesting history there. But on his way over, his ship had a great storm hit it. And the English missionaries were running around. They were screaming. They were scared. They were crying. They thought they were going down. But there was another group of people called the Moravians. The Moravians were from Germany. And during this great storm where they thought the ship was sinking, the Moravians weren't freaking out. They weren't screaming. They weren't crying. Instead, in the storm, they began to sing. They began to pray. They began to praise God even in the storm. And that was foolish. And that made such a mark on John Wesley that stuck with him forever. He said, what do they have that I don't have? And what they had, what he didn't have, was the power of the cross. They knew what it meant for them, and it made them act in seemingly foolish ways. And so that group of Moravians, acting a bit like fools, completely changed John Wesley's life. It stuck with him forever. He started one of the greatest revival movements our world has ever known. And it all started from a small group of people who were going to rise up and say, hey, I believe in Jesus so much, I believe in the power of the cross so much, that I'm going to do something that seems pretty foolish. So your encouragement today is be a fool. In the storms of life that are raging right now, continue to sing the praises of God. And then others are going to see you and think you're foolish. And that's a time for you to tell them about the power of the cross. Happy April Fools. Y'all be safe. God bless.